Gymshark are currently having one of the biggest sales of the year. If you want to get yourself some of the best gym gear, don't forget to click the link in the description below. Using our link, you can get up to 50% off. So check it out now because everything is going fast. All right, before we start, YouTube versus TikTok is going to be on a UK time. I think it's Saturday night, 12 p.m. till 3 a.m. Sunday morning. We are going to be live on Twitch. Me and Lawrence will be sitting here reacting to everything that's going on, telling you what we think, reading out your comments. I might even have a drink. We're going to have a good fucking time. Make sure when this fight's on, you're with us on Twitch. Welcome back to the True Geordie Extra channel with another fight video. You really need to subscribe to this channel. I'm just killing it right now. Even if you don't like what I'm saying, you're still watching. We've got YouTube versus TikTok. You know, a lot of you out there, you didn't approve of Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather, you know, circus and all of that. That was the comment. And, you know, Jake versus Ben Askren, similar comments. If you thought they were bad, you probably don't want to watch this one because it's going to be bad at times. I can't lie to you. You know what I mean? But some of the fights are going to be good. And those are the ones that I'm going to do a prediction on today. At least I think they're going to be. Don't quote me on that. You know what I mean? When I say good, I don't necessarily mean actually good. I just mean fun to watch. If you're above that, if you're a boxing aficionado, don't worry about it. Don't leave nasty comments and complaining and all. Just don't watch it. Do something else with your time. You probably got friends to see. Have you? No, you just want to keep leaving shitty comments on my channel, aren't you? Because you haven't got any. But it's fine. I'll keep you company. I won't be listening to you, but I'll technically be keeping you company. Okay, this is Vinnie Hacker. Never heard of him. From what I understand, he made a living sort of pouting to the camera while a song plays, and he's just like, if I was your boyfriend. Look, mate, make your money. Do what you want. He's getting in the ring with Deji. For those of you who don't know, that's the brother of KSI. And he's also done some YouTube videos. All right, let's see what Vinnie Hacker's got. Oh, he's fairly quick at least. His footwork actually, you know, I'm just going off of a tiny little bit of fucking pad work here. But the way he was pushing off with his back foot looked decent there. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And he's stepping with the punches. His pad man's doing a decent job of making him understand the range and how to get in range. He's not doing what a lot of pad men do, which is meet you halfway. Like, he's actually making him come in and then get back out again. He's very upright though. That's one thing I will say. You see how he stood upright there? That's going to affect him a little bit if he takes a punch because his balance won't be. He needs to bend his, like, just have softer knees a bit. He's clearly a fit lad. Like, you know, he's putting in the work. I appreciate that. Not bad at all so far. I mean, this is the thing. Everyone's going to be slating all these kids. But the fact is, for most of them, it's their first ever fight and it's going to be in front of a massive audience. Most people's first ever fight is in front of like a handful of people. So cut them some fucking slack. You know, you can be hypercritical and go, oh, you know, is his hand position where it needs to be? Is he bringing it back quick enough? Of course, there's going to be mistakes, but I'm trying to work out, can he beat Deji here? I'm not trying to work out, can he fucking be world champion? Do you know what I mean? So we'll look at Deji. It's funny, right? Because Deji is a clown and all of that, right? But he has got a little bit of natural talent at boxing. And even JJ himself said he was probably naturally more gifted than JJ. His coordination and the way he twists and turns his hips and that, there's just something there that a lot of people just don't have when they try to take a boxing. So credit to him, he has got a little bit of that. It's always the work ethic with Deji. You wonder how fit he's going to be, how serious he's going to take it. I think it was because all the shit that went on in his last camp where halfway through he had a different training camp because he wasn't taking it seriously according to the people around him. So the way I look at this right now, Vinny's actually not bad considering like he's probably been doing this 2 minutes and a coach has basically said, you know, hold your hand here, other hand here, bend your knees, turn on your side a little bit, and when you know, turn the hand over, yada yada yada. You know, he's doing it as best he can, and for most kids he's probably doing it better than most people would do at this point in terms of how much training he's had. The difference is when you watch Deji move, you know, he may not do it quite as technically correct as this Vinny lad, but you can see his instincts are better. So because of that, I'm going to go with Deji. I think he's more of a fighter in his head than what this Vinny kid is. Although, looking at Vinny now, he may give Deji a good little fight there. And, you know, Deji seems to have plans for bigger names. You know, he is a big name now in the YouTube game. So this could be a good warm-up fight for him to take on people like Tayler Holder, who he's apparently wanting to fight or whatever. Speaking of Tayler Holder, he's fighting my mate Big Gibber. There's some nice shots. Yeah. You see all this? Gib can't be having this. The way this kid's sort of taking his time, posturing, Gibbs needs to smother him. He's a thinker. And that's going to really serve him well. Whoever he boxes, because it is a thinking man's game, despite what people think. And this kid's setting traps. He's just not going out there to brawl. He lures you in, and as he did there, he caught him with the uppercut, and he knows what he's doing in there. In terms of like a boxing technique, this kid's going to be the best on the card. In terms of pure technique, he's really good. Considering he's a fucking TikToker, for Christ's sakes, he's really good. I'm impressed with his skills.
What he was talking about, Ryan landed there. Oh, but Tayler came. Oh, he got caught again.
And he backed up there, and that's interesting. Okay, if I'm Gib, I watch that moment. It's beautiful. It's music to my ears, because Gibbs, what he does is he fights. He's a fucking fighter, right to his core. I know him. Right? I've seen him fight plenty behind closed doors. Tayler Holder is probably a better natural boxer than Gib. He's built for it. He's got long arms. He's very lean. He's clearly got some good hands and some good footwork, but he's not using it in the boxing ring here. Now, I don't know what's going to happen on the night, but I'd be encouraged by this, because as you see, he ain't using his reach and using that technique and jabbing. He's trying to fight this kid. He jumps in, and he doesn't jump in and out the pocket, land one and get out. He stays there, and it becomes a battle of who's willing to take the punishment, and he's the one who bottles it first. I like this Tayler kid. He seems entertaining, but you see for yourself. And he covered the fuck up and got the fuck up out of there. I'm telling you now, that's bread and butter for Gib. A lot of people are writing Gib off. I'm not. No fucking way. You see, so this Ryan was having a good go, but he starts tiring, and Tayler, being a fitter guy, is able to take over. That's another thing that won't happen against Gib. He may beat Gib. I don't know, but it won't be because Gib isn't fit enough. Gib is like the fittest YouTuber out of the lot of them. The thing that Tayler does is he takes the sting off the punches by leaning with them. It'd be better if he had his hands up as well, but he replies nicely here, and because the kids square on, dropped. Yeah. If you're square on like that, you're just asking to be fucked up. Tayler gets the gloves up well, takes them, and then responds, and the kid's off balance completely. So regardless of whether or not this was a proper drop or whether it was off balance, when you've got someone on the ropes, you can't just go on like that. This is the thing that we're going to see, and this is why this is going to be entertaining. People get overconfident. People are going to overcommit, and we're going to see brawls. Ultimately, even if you're an elite boxing fan, everyone loves a fucking pub fight. The funny thing is, some people actually think that the Gib sparring with me footage is like anything to go off. We were literally jabs only. Neither of us were trying to knock each other's heads off. It wasn't like a proper spar. To be honest, that was for my benefit, just to get in there with someone who wasn't my coach and have a bit of fun. And me and Gib are proper mates. So yeah, anyone thinking that's an accurate representation of where Gib's at, it's not. It's miles away. You see that there? Gib can't do that as well as him. Do you know what Gib can do? Take a punch in the face and keep fucking coming. That's tried and tested. I have seen some big people punch Gib hard, and I'm waiting for him to stagger, wobble, nothing. Keep coming forward. It's all well and good having the fancy tricks, but Gib's a fighter in the heart. Do you know what I mean? So that gives me confidence. But this is the main event for me, because Gib's my mate, but also it's going to be the highest level of fight on this card, hands down. So we ain't got much footage of Gib, but it doesn't matter because I've seen him box anyway, plenty in the gym, and I know what his level is and I know what his strengths are. If Tayler is to win that fight, I think it's 5 2-minute rounds, but there is no head guards, although the glove size I think is 12 ounces, I can't remember. But I see Tayler having to keep it at distance, play the range game. Whenever Gib gets close, circle out and try and win the rounds as they go. Just jab, move, 1-2 move. Not get stuck standing and inviting Gib's pressure, because that's what Gib does best. If he can do that and not get carried away in the moment, he might win. But if he thinks he's got Gib hurt, or he starts getting aggressive and Gib isn't as hurt as what he thinks, or Gib is nowhere near ready to be finished, and he tries, that's where Gib will probably shine. He's got heart, and he's got chin as big as anyone on YouTube, in my opinion. Yes, all right, he was dropped by Jake Paul 3 times. If you look at the way Gib responded and how he behaved, when he got dropped, he got straight back up. Legs held well underneath him, wasn't wobbling, wasn't staggering. This is Jake Paul, who's put people to sleep time and time again. We've seen pro fighters like Ben Askren take one shot, dead. Nate Robinson, when he got dropped, all right, he got back up, but you could see his confidence was destroyed because he knew he couldn't compete with that power. Gib wasn't like that. He behaves like a fighter. Whether or not he's got the technique of Tayler Holder remains to be seen. I think his technique's improved a lot privately, and he hasn't really shown that yet, and I hope he does show that. For Gib, he just has to not get caught up in the fight too much. It's the other way around. As long as Gib picks his spots to brawl and doesn't let Tayler start banging the rounds because of the reach, Gib will win this fight on a decision, in my opinion. And that's my overall prediction, and it's not just because he's my mate. I can see how people would say, oh, Tayler Holder looks the better boxer. In 5 2-minute rounds where Gib can get a quick start and get into him and turn it into a brawl, as we've seen where Tayler Holder tried to brawl with that kid, it might not go well for him. So AnEsonGib by decision is my prediction on that one. I will be fucking jumping up for joy because I know how much it means to him. And for that reason as well, I just don't see him quitting. There's just no quitting, Gib. All right, main event time. Austin McBroom versus Bryce Hall. Austin McBroom, the guy who's got the Ace family. I don't really know much about them. Don't really care. Bryce Hall, who a lot of people say is like a diet version of Jake Paul sort of thing. Yeah. Strange, innit? But let's see what they got.
Yeah, well, if you're gonna look at me like that, get in this fucking ring and face me like a man. Wait, I'm right here. I pushed you. You sat there like a little bitch.
This kid's an angry young man. An angry young man. Apparently, this is after about 3 weeks training. You know, we can't be expecting too much. Look, everyone when they first start looks like shit, so there's no shame in this. But it's still funny, you know. His hands are out here. He needs to, you know, but it's fine. So that punch is going to the shop. The other's coming back with a change because neither of them are doing what they're supposed to fucking do. But the kid's covering up. There's a body shot waiting to happen. Doesn't take it. Kid turns his back. It's just a shambles, isn't it? People were criticizing Logan Paul for not hitting Floyd Mayweather. The guy was fighting the greatest of all time. This guy's fighting who? Stromedy. I don't know what the fuck this guy is. No offense. An overhand right from this Stromedy kid who's clearly no boxing experience at all. And he nails him with it. It's the first good shot. And it's from the other guy. Not filling me with confidence that I want to put my money on Bryce here. God, this is fucking shambolic. Look, this was a while back. You know, we're talking early April. He will have had a lot of practice by now. So I'm sure he'll be a lot better than this. But what we're saying is he's not a natural. That's one thing we do know. Okay, we got Bryce Hall hitting big. Bradley Martin in the heat.
Okay, that's good. Let's get one more just for measure. Okay, that was a better one.
I know this is a tiny detail, but I've just noticed a little tendency that he has to lean back and then throw instead of just throwing straight from where he was. If you're Austin McBroom and you recognize that, every single time he's ready to throw, you're going to be able to see what's coming by the fact that he cocks his hand before unloading it.
Go, yeah.
He's not turning into the punch. It's almost like it's a slap rather than a proper drill through the fucking gut, you know? He's really going to have a problem with the lack of technique if he hasn't cleaned this up by now. I'm sure he'll be better. If he hasn't sorted that out, there'll be very little power in his punches. Some people just aren't made for boxing. Do you know what I mean? He's shit. We've established that he's not very good. But the rumor is, if he wins, he's almost certainly fighting KSI afterwards in KSI's like warm-up fight before he fights Jake Paul. So kind of, you know, for the storyline, you want Bryce Hall to win. Plus, Bryce Hall and KSI hate each other, and it's always fun to see like a boxing match that people actually want to have rather than they're just doing it for the money. Check out Austin McBroom. That little slip wasn't bad. He's boxing a guy who knows football either, but to be fair, this was the same as when Bryce and Stromedy went head to head. So the one thing I will say is he's an overreacher, this Austin McBroom. He puts himself in dangerous positions to land the shot. But against Bryce Hall, from what we've seen, that shouldn't be really a problem.
Good shot.
I mean, power-wise, it's obvious. Like, Austin McBroom just hits harder. And at that level of experience, having the age that Austin has, you know, with Bryce being this worked-up young man who is really letting the moment take hold of him in the press conference and stuff, and the lack of power that we're seeing at similar points in their learning, you got to give it Austin McBroom. Likely, he's the one who takes this. So, my final predictions for YouTube versus TikTok: Austin McBroom, AnEsonGib, and Deji. Don't forget, we are going to be watching this live on Twitch. Come and hang out with us when the fights are on, and we'll be chilling, reacting, reading out your comments, and having a laugh. And this is what it is. It's going to be a good little night. I'm going to have a drink. It's going to be fun. So make sure when the fights are on, you're on our Twitch channel, hanging out with us. And that's it for now. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.